Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today I'm going to be doing, oh, the sun is bright. The sun is very bright. I'm going to be doing a will it slime video or a mixing random things into the slime video. So I'm going to test 4 different things out and see if it slimes. And I have 4 different things. I put 4 different things that I'm going to be sliming. So the first ingredient that I'll be putting in is hair mousse. It's the stuff that you use to style your hair and make it straight and stuff. I don't really know that much about it because I don't really use it, but this is just a cheap one from the dollar store. You can get it for cheap if just in case the slime makes it really cool and you want to try it. So let's test it out. And actually the first thing I'm going to put in is my glue, and I'm not going to use that much just in case it doesn't work and then I wasted glue. So I'm going to put about half of the container. So like that much. I'll do that much glue. And then we could add the hair gel. So it's almost like, I wonder if it'll be like a fluffy slime, cause it's like almost like shaving cream, but this stuff is more foamy, I guess. So let's try that. I actually really like the look of it because it looks really satisfying and almost like I can eat it. Now I put a lot in and I'm gonna have to try to mix it all in very evenly. It almost looks like, I can't really explain it. It's just really cool. There's so much that I can't even mix it in with the glue. So I think that there's enough of that in, and I'm not doing my regular voiceover today. I'm just going to be talking during the video. Okay, so now I'm going to add my activator. This time I'm using Tide since I ran out of liquid starch, and I will be buying more liquid starch later. But right now I'm testing to see what happens if I add the activator. So it's turning blue, so I guess I don't need any food dye because it's automatically going to be blue. This is not turning into like a real slime, and it actually turned into slime like right when I put in the activator, so I don't know if mousse makes it more able to, makes it faster for it to turn into slime. It's very like, it looks very stringy and not smooth like regular slime. So I'm going to take it out and let's see what it feels like. Okay, so it's definitely sticky because it hasn't been kneaded enough, but I will knead it and explain how it feels. So it is very stringy and sticky, and it doesn't stretch very well. It's very wet, I would say. I might need more liquid starch, but I'll just knead it and see. I'll speed this up. Okay, so it's definitely not working. I may need more activator, but I don't know because it's very wet and it's not stretchy at all. So I will be right back. Now let's see what happens if we add more activator and see if maybe it becomes, oh, I might have added too much, but we'll see if it becomes actual slime or if it stays stringy and wet as it is now. This is not very good. So if it stays this way, I wouldn't recommend doing it with mousse. But let's try it. It's still very wet. Let me try to mix in all the activator with the slime. Now I don't think that this worked, so I'm going to say that this one was a fail. Do not try putting mousse into your slime. It does not make fluffy slime. So just do not do that. It doesn't work. So now that we know that you shouldn't try making slime with mousse, we're going to try the next one. So for this one, I have this face mask, and this one I got at Target for just $3. I don't really know what it's supposed to do, but I know what to put on it on your face. So I'm going to use this and see how this makes slime. So I'm gonna open it, and then now I'm going to add glue. Okay, so I added the glue, and now I'm going to add the face mask. Okay, so it looks really gray. Like, it looks almost like wet clay, like a very, very wet clay. It feels like cold almost, like really cold, and like, I can't really explain it. Now I put all of the face mask I could get into the glue. Now I'm mixing it, and then we'll add the activator. So I think this is going to be a gray slime. I don't know if I can change the color. So it actually made the glue really liquidy, so the glue's not really thick anymore. So we'll see what kind of slime it turns into. And it's actually making a lot of bubbles too. Okay. Now let's try to put the activator and see what happens. So it is turning into slime. There's nothing wrong happening yet. And it looks like how a regular slime would mix. Okay, so continuing. Now I'm going to knead it. So let's see what happens when we touch. Okay. It's very wet like the last one. It is a little bit stretchy, so that's normal. But we'll knead it and see how it turns out. So I'm done kneading it, and this feels really interesting. It's regular slime. It doesn't really stick to your hands. It's not exactly like normal slime, but it's not like any of the slimes I've ever felt before. So it's not like butter slime, and it's not like fluffy slime. It's not like butter slime. It's not like bubblegum slime. It's not like any of the slimes I've ever made or felt before. So what it actually feels like is, if you've ever felt silly putty, I'm sure most of you have, it's very popular. It's like silly putty, so it almost feels like a putty, but mixed with slime, so almost like putty slime. This one, I think it really worked, and I would definitely recommend it because you can get face masks for cheap, and you don't need that much money, so you can definitely try this out. It's very cool. It's not sticky at all, and it's just, the color reminds me of clay, like earthy, and it's a little bit like clay, but mostly like putty, and then there's the slime. So I think you should definitely try this one. Okay, so now that we know that you can make slime with face mask, we're going to try using Dove body wash. I'm using the men's one. And, okay, I accidentally put it in before the glue. So, okay, it just splattered in my face too. And it's all over the place. It's very liquidy. It's on my face. Now I'm going to put in my glue, and I might need more glue because the Dove is very liquidy, so I might need more glue. So, okay, I am gonna need more glue. I'm going to get more glue. Right here, I have another bottle of clear glue, and I'm putting it in. So that should be enough glue. Then I'm going to mix them together. So just like the face mask one, the Dove is making the glue really liquidy and not thick. but the face mask one was more liquidy than this, so this one I also have a good feeling that it's gonna work. It also smells really good too. It's like a clear color, like a clear green, almost like the gel Elmer's glue, but then I know when I add the Tide it's going to turn it blue again, so we'll just watch it turn blue. Can't get it out. Okay, so there's the activator. And now let's mix it. Okay, so it actually feels very jelly, like gel almost. This feels very interesting. But I'm not gonna touch it yet. But already knowing that, feeling it with the chopstick, how the texture feels, it's very jelly and like a very strange consistency. It's also sticking to the edges a lot. And it's very stretchy, it looks like. I'm not sure if I'm ready to touch it because it feels a little sticky. I might need more activator. I'm going to put a tiny drop of the activator, hopefully, because this stuff comes out fast. Okay, good. There's a tiny drop of activator. And I'm going to mix it. Okay, now I think that I can knead it, so let's take it out. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's sticky and very stretchy. Just like I said, it's gel, like a very jelly consistency. Almost feels like if you make, almost feels like a stickier version if you make slime from the gel glue, the gel Elmer's glue. It feels like a stickier version of that. It feels very interesting, but I feel like if I knead it more, it'll become better. So it's hard to stretch. It almost feels like a mixture of butter slime and regular slime, but it looks like regular slime. It's hard to stretch and it feels spreadable, but it also has a wet consistency and feels like regular slime. So this is actually very weird. It feels like still like gel, but also very like not sticky, and you can poke it. I mean, I don't think I would really recommend it. It's not that cool, but if you want to make this because it smells good, then you can. But I still wouldn't really recommend it. Like, it still works. I wouldn't call it a fail. It works, but it's just not that cool. But if you want to try it out, you can. It's just not as cool as I thought it was. So the fourth one I'm gonna do is fragrance-free Curel lotion. And this one was just in my house. And I'm doing this one, it's pretty basic, but I'm doing it because I haven't seen it in anyone's videos, but they all took my cool ideas that I had, so I couldn't do theirs. And so I'm gonna do lotion. But I know a lot of recipes already call for lotion in the slime, but the recipes call for a little bit amount of lotion. I'm going to be doing more than what they call for and seeing if that changes how the slime is. So that's my clear glue. And I'm gonna take my lotion and put some in. It's not coming out. Some of it is, but not enough. Okay, so that's enough. I'm just glad not more than that came out, because then it would have been bad. But that's my lotion, and I'm going to mix that in. It still feels thick, like the glue still feels thick. It also smells, it smells like good, but not that good because it's a fragrance-free lotion. And it has like peaks too, unlike regular glue. Okay, so that's the activator. Okay, that actually looks really cool. It looks like a swirl. Okay, so it's having a hard time actually turning into slime. Maybe it's the fact that there's a lot of lotion and not that much glue. But I'll keep mixing. Actually, it's working now. Okay, so let's... Okay, I think I need more activator because it's definitely not ready to even be kneaded yet. Okay, so now I'm not gonna mix all that in. I'm just gonna take this out and knead that. So the feeling, it's like kind of greasy because a lot of lotion is greasy, but it does feel kind of greasy and wet. It makes a lot more noise than just regular slime when you play with it. It makes a lot more of those like wet sounds. And it's actually really easy to turn into slime because it automatically just, right when you start kneading it, I don't even need to speed it up because it's already slime now. And let's move this aside. So it didn't make the slime turn blue. It's still a little bit white. There is a little tint of blue, but mostly white. And it is very stretchy, but it's kind of hard to stretch. So it almost feels like a dry slime, but also wet at the same time. It's not like the soap one, the body wash one, where it's like hard to stretch, but also like butter slime. This one is just hard to stretch, but it feels like kind of like old slime. This one, okay, the wet feeling is kind of going away, so it's starting to become a little bit dry. I'm not sure what is actually happening to it. This is very weird. So it's kind of indescribable. It is like normal slime, but it like melts easier. It like melts way easier. And it's a little bit sticky. If I add maybe more activator, maybe it'll help. So I took some more activator from the container, and now I'm going to see. Oh my gosh, the chopstick fell into it and now I can't get it out. Okay, so I took the chopstick out and oh, this is getting very messy because it took the chopstick in. Okay, so that's good. Now I added the last of the activator that was inside, and now it's creating a lot of bubbles. It's still sticky, but it is creating a lot of bubbles. And I wouldn't recommend this because like the soap one, it's not really like cool at all. It's just like regular slime. So I think that's, I think it's not a fail, but it's just not that cool. So I'm sorry if you guys were like expecting something cool to happen, but it's not that cool. Okay, so we're back at the mousse slime, and I waited a couple hours and it's still stringy. I left it in the container for about an hour or 2 hours and it's still bad. It's not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make this better and actually try to turn it into slime. So the first attempt to turn it into real slime, I'm going to add more glue just to see if that makes it more into like actual slime. Maybe it's because maybe I added too much activator and I need to add more glue to kind of counter out the activator. So I added in the glue, and if it becomes sticky, that's okay because there's not any activator to help me with the glue that I just added. but actually I don't see anything happening. It's not turning into anything. And I definitely am not going to add more activator because it already seems like there's enough. So that didn't work. I'm going to move on to my next attempt. Now my next attempt is actually to add shaving cream. I want to see if that makes it into fluffy slime. So let's test this out. So I added some shaving cream. I might add more if I need it. But I'm now going to mix in the shaving cream. This is very satisfying. It's just very dirty. Or not really dirty, it's like clean, but like dirty as in not washed, I guess. So this isn't doing anything. It's still very stringy. And the shaving cream is actually melting. It's really weird. It's like turning into a liquid. So it's still not binding the slime together. And I have one more idea of what I'm going to do. So, well actually I have more shaving cream. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not going to work. So let's put that down. And let's go on to my next. Okay, so actually I'm going to microwave it. And I heard that you can do this to your slime if it's bad. So let's try to microwave it. And I'm going to try for 30 seconds first. Okay, so let's take it out and see what happened. So, actually what happened is it became really, really hot just for 30 minutes and it's like a puddle. And I can kind of see the hair mousse at the top. Whoa. Okay, so let me get a chopstick. And I'm gonna poke around. Okay, so it's definitely not stringy anymore. I think that once it cools down, it might be better. So it's kind of warm now, so I'm gonna try to touch it. Okay, so it's definitely warm. It's a little hot, and this actually made slime. It's actually good from the microwave. It actually worked. It's definitely slime now. I'm surprised that it actually worked. I didn't think it was gonna work. So this is what mousse does. I don't want to ruin it, but it's not stretchy. But I don't want to ruin it by adding more mousse because it's kind of good slime now. But for the views, I'll just do it. So I'm going to add some more mousse to see what okay, it's expanding a lot. And I'm going to mix in the mousse. Let's see what happens. And when I said I'm doing it for the views earlier, that kind of sounded weird, but I meant I'm doing it for the viewers, not for the views. Okay, so nothing's really happening. It's just becoming less stretchy. That's all that's doing it. I think just mousse is just definitely not something you want to put into slime because it just makes the slime super stringy, and when you try to fix it, it just becomes very unstretchy and hard. So it wasn't a fail. It's definitely slime, but just don't try to make it because you will not be satisfied with the results. And this is just not good slime. I don't know what to do with it. I'm probably just gonna throw it away or maybe microwave it again. But okay, now it's becoming really stringy like it was before, and that is not good. So before it does that, I'm gonna leave it alone and put the plate over here. Now, I actually want to go back to the face mask because I just want to play with it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed and was very interested in what happened. And if you have any other ideas for a Will It slime or any other kind of video challenge or test, I would be glad to listen to your requests. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in our next video. Goodbye!